Hello, I'm Valerie McLennan. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. I hope you're well. This is my spiritual channel. It is Valerie Mac, Scottish, spiritual, and very funny. Allegedly. If you've been following me a while, thank you very much. And it's good to see many of you have followed me into 2026. That's actually quite good. Yes, I know you're listening. You've just to take the action now. I know, for yourselves and not for me. If you're a new listener, thank you very much. And I hope you continue to listen. May I ask you, very kindly, to let other people know if you're enjoying it. Thank you. If you're not enjoying it, don't bother mentioning anything at all. If you are enjoying it, could you please let other people know? Your friends, your colleagues, just anyone you pass on the street. Go and just say, listen to this person. She's very good, very wise, and very funny. Thanking you. It'll be very greatly appreciated. It will, from me, and thank you in advance. Now, as I said, spiritual channel. Oh, have you got a pen? Have you got a pen? If you're a new listener, you might not know what I mean. But lately, I keep asking you to get a pen because I will be giving you a website. So if you're a new listener, could you kindly find your pen? Could you? Have you got a piece of paper and a pen? If you've been following me a while, my voice, what happened there? No idea. If you've been following me a while, you should have the pen and the piece of paper. I suggested last year that you ask for a pen and a piece of paper for Christmas, so that when I say, have you got a pen? You don't have to start saying, oh no, where is it? You know, that kind of thing. Thank you. If you keep the pen, so I'll be giving you a website shortly, unless I forget. Sometimes I make a big build-up, go through everything, say thank you very much, bye-bye, and I don't give you the website. So today I'm hoping I will remember, because I'm keeping this actually shorter this evening. What? Exactly. It'll be slightly less than normal, the timing, and I will remember to give the website at the end. Get your pen. Thank you. Now, if you've been following me a while, I keep repeating, I wasn't giving jokes and I wasn't giving really any funny stories. I know the title, Valerie Mac, Scottish, spiritual, and very funny. However, the end of last year, someone had just told me like a funny joke, funny story, and I thought I will share it among those who are listening. Just to cheer up your little face, to make that little face smile. Well, ever since then, I feel under pressure and obligated, yes, to have a joke every evening I come up. That's what we call pressure, isn't it? Just as well as I say to you that I have got all this in my tank. If I didn't have all this to recall in my tank, I would have nothing to give. And I keep saying to you, if you let technology take over your mind, I will be able to recall stories in the future and share them with you. And then I will look at you and say, if you get any, I can't remember. I have nothing to give. That woman in my house answered every question I have. Not my wife. That little gadget that I bought in the shop. The one that Valerie said, you will regret sooner or later. Did we believe her? No, you believe me today? We certainly are. Listen to her. That's the intention of my podcast. Now, I do have 2 or 3 of them. One of them actually makes me laugh, so I'm hoping I can actually tell you it without laughing. It's not guffaw. It's just one of those, you hear it. Well, I heard it and I thought, I would still be running. I would run and run and run and never stop. It's just one of those kind of, no type of things. Are you ready? You're sitting down. Have you had your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner? Have you had a nice day? I've had a busy day. Thank you for asking. I've had a busy day. Yes, I have. And I'm still here delivering you this podcast. I know, I do all this. And it is approximately 7:30 p.m? I think it is. 7:30 p.m. I've had a very busy day and I'm still here giving you jokes, wisdom and websites. All you have to do is take the action for yourselves. I can't do everything. I cannot do everything. Right, you're sitting. I shall begin. A worker, I know, even I'm remembering this, I've got A worker accidentally sent a text at 2 a.m. to his boss instead of his new girlfriend. I know. The text said, I miss you. I could tell it was a new girlfriend. I know. The text said, I miss you. And the boss replied, wrong person. drink some water and we will see you in the morning. That's quite good. He must have been quite funny, boss. Can you imagine? Wrong person. Drink some water and we'll see you at work in the morning. Thank you. That was number 1. Number 2 is all along the same lines. Number 2, a bloke. No, it wasn't the same person because, that would be very, very unfortunate if this was the same as the other one. No, this is 2 separate people. Thank you. I'd just like to clarify as I go. A different bloke. A bloke sent a text to his boss and he said, I miss you, my cute little princess. And the boss replied, I miss you too, sweetheart. Can you imagine going into work the next morning? Morning. I know. I miss you too, sweetheart. And seemingly that boss kept that going from day 1 until that man probably retired. Every day. I miss you too, sweetheart. I thought, let it go, let it go. I know. Now, a girl's night out. And the girl is texting who she thinks is her friend to complain about her boss, who's a female boss, and she's always thinking, so in her head she's thinking, every time it's coming to the close of day, I'm scared to look in my inbox. Oh, that's me as well, I know. Scared to look in my inbox because there's a vast amount of blooming emails, and she always puts on it, requires immediate action. Oh, in other words, I can't wait until tomorrow. Oh, no. It requires immediate action. So this is all going on in her head. So she texts her friend, who she thinks is her friend. And she said, see, this only requires immediate attention. See, as if I couldn't wait until the morning. There's nothing that urgent. She put all this in the text. And I tell you something, see if that boss of mine even asks me to do one more thing again at close of day, I will actually scream my head off. Right? Send. I know, the boss replied. We have all had one of those days. I will try and keep my requests to a minimum. Can you imagine going to work and say, morning, I don't know what came over me there. I don't know what that was. I think I was just really stressed. I don't know. I wouldn't even have gone back. I'll be quite honest. I wouldn't have gone back to work. I had gone and had to try and find another job. I wouldn't have gone back in. Drive a minute, see if she asked me to do something else. Honest to God, I'm going to scream my blooming head off. Now, we all know people that do this. Send texts meant for someone, and you're thinking of the person, and you send. And then you go, oh, I know. And some people don't know how to stop the text, think, yeah, well, that's a lesson for you. I thought that was funny, though. Imagine those poor blokes. I miss you too, sweetheart. Now, I told you, if you've been following me a while, I've told you this one previously. I just stress that in case you're saying, she's losing her mind. She's told us this one before. Yes, I know, but I have new listeners who have possibly not heard it before. Thank you. And it was the woman that I told you she was in her house. Well, if I might not have told you if it's your first time listening. You know what I mean? She was in her house and her family and the younger ones, everyone, love you, love you, love you. I remember you telling me this. Yes, I did. I told other people as well, not just you. Thank you. So she was in the house and she was absolutely saturated in this conversation. Love you, love you. Everyone saying love you for everything. Love you. Just going away, love you. I love you. Everyone loves everyone. I know. So the mother, who didn't realise she was absorbing said information, got on the bus the next day. Oh, she did not. She did. She got on the bus the next day going into town. I mean, she was getting off the bus. She intended to say to the driver, like you do, thank you, driver. She had said that every time before. Oh, she did not. She did. She intended to say, thank you, driver, like she'd done the day before, the previous week, previous month, No. She went to step off the bus and she said, love you, driver. Well, I don't think she's lived it down to today. So the driver laughed and a couple of the people in the front of the bus laughed because the others hadn't heard her. Well, they had heard her before her embarrassment was finished. I know. If she had just kept going after she said it, acted oblivious, didn't realise what I said and just kept going, that would have dispersed in the air. Oh no. So she puts the one foot that she had been going off the bus with back on the bus, started to explain herself. Oh, for goodness sake, driver, obviously I don't love you, for goodness sake. Do you know what that is? Well, to a packed bus, whereas at the beginning there was only 2 had heard at the front, the front seat. Oh, now the whole bus were listening. Who loves who? What are you talking about? Well, I'm in the house and they're all, everyone love you, love you, love you. Oh, for goodness sake, listen to me. I meant to say thank you, driver, and I went and shouted love you. I obviously don't love you. How embarrassing. And the driver said, could you get off the bus? I'm late. Could I get off the bus? I'm late. Anyway, I thought, bet he dined out in that story when he went home. He did. He would have said to his wife, well, you'll not believe this. I know. So that woman is probably still red in the face. But you know, the point being, if she had continued walking, it's easy for you to say. You wouldn't have told the driver. If you shouted, driver, I love you, I bet you wouldn't have kept walking. I wouldn't have told the driver I loved him. Said that to her at the time. Well, I would have just kept going. Why did you turn back and start explaining it and making it worse and amplifying it to the whole of the place? She said, well, I didn't want the driver to think I meant it. I said, well, the driver would have known you didn't mean it. Goodness sake. So by the time she came off, I was trying to make her feel even worse. You know, it's my tendency, a tendency that I have to try and do with my humour. So initially I started comforting her, but the way she kept elaborating it, she'd get my nerves. So at the beginning I said, oh, for goodness sake, you made us day. You know, I'm thinking the things people say to bus drivers. I would have cheered them up. Well, that didn't work. So I went the other way. And I said to her, well, I says, can you imagine if you had said, you know, something awful to the driver? How do you felt if you said something really, really awful? Well, I said to her, you actually probably made him worse afterwards, because she kept coming back saying, oh, for goodness sake, as if I would have said I loved you. You know, I says, well, you kind of gave him half a compliment with one hand, and the way you were labouring the point, you know, it was kind of the tone, with the panic and the stress and the nerves, was making it sound as if it would have been impossible for her to love this man. So I said, you've gone from doing that to practically insulting the poor man. No wonder the man said, I'm late. You know, his emotions would have been all over the place. One minute you told him you loved him, and the next minute you were saying, what's the chances I would have said that to you, of all people? That kind of thing. Well, now I'm always saying, you should be very careful with your with your words, whether they're in text messages, whether they're coming out of your mouth. You're creating all the time. Now, I've said this before, and you may be laughing. Now I've just proved my point. Whether the words are leaving your mouth, obviously the energy, surely you know this by now, you don't think I'm making it up. Why do you think you've got a mouth and energy and, you know, everything, the breath of life, speaking the words, the whole shaboodle? Now, even if you're sending a text and it's full of all that stuff, you know, sarcasm and bitterness and resentment, the text is still creating, because you're sending, well, look, you don't think it's creating? Well, why did that man send a text to his boss? And then you get the response, you know. So of course you're creating. So then you have to go into work, and then you have to think, oh, for goodness sake, and you have to, you know, start dealing with the emotions that you've told the boss at 2 a.m. that he was a little cutie pie. Miss you, cutie pie. Oh, miss you too, sweetheart. Get a drink of water and we'll see you in the morning. Anyway, that could have been worse. It could have gone either way. The boss had a sense of humour. Now my point, have you got a pen? Can you get a pen? Get a bit of paper. I'm going to leave you with I was at 13 minutes. I decided I was keeping this to 15 this evening. I know. What day is it? Yeah, Tuesday. I've been busy. Don't know about you. I've been busy. Anyway, have you got a pen? www.speakout.uk and put Valerie McLennan, MacLennan, in the search bar, and you get some biog about my past and who I am, etc., etc. Like the joke I told you the other day, the woman at the airport who was very arrogant, and she was getting, you know, shouting at the bloke. I was trying to help her, and she said, do you know who I am? Trying to be very belittling and very arrogant. And the bloke shouted over the tannoy, is there a nurse in here? This woman doesn't seem to know who she is. Ching, ching, boom, boom. And Basil Brush. I heard Basil Brush for ages. Bim. What age are you, for goodness sake? My grandma, how dare you? My grandmother told me about Basil Brush. I'd never heard of him in my life. Who is he? Anyway, go on the website, you'll see who I am. And on the other part of it, I told you, if you please revert back and listen to yesterday, the text I put on, the text, I suppose I'm telling those jokes, the podcast yesterday, I've told you about the talks I'm giving. There's people put their names down already. If you don't put your name down, it is not my problem. I've got limited spaces. I'm only telling you where it is. Once you commit, listen, life is not just handed to you on a plate. You have got to deliver. You have got to be there. I'm doing this. I've had a busy day. I'm still here. I'm delivering this. I'm putting the podcast on. If you're interested in the podcast I put on yesterday, please go back and listen. You have to put your name down. or you won't know where it is, you won't know when it is, and you won't know anything about it. And you will not have the potential of hearing me live. Well, the alternative's not really great, is it? I prefer to be live. You get my drift. Anyway, I can only do what I can do. Their names are, get it on that list, because I hate to come back and say, too late. They're all gone. Not everyone. You know what I mean? It's building, and you have got to get your name there. I'm very good at what I do. I know. I'm very wise. But she obviously using a little bit of humour, maybe not necessarily jokes, but using humour. But I will be giving you some powerful tools, and I deliver it, as you can hear, in a very different way. Depends if you think that's better or worse. That is your decision. Thank you for listening. Go and have a laugh. Go and listen to it. Go and tell those text jokes to somebody else. That sounded like something. I know. Go and tell those jokes I just told you to someone else. Make them laugh. Make them smile. Be a little light instead of a burden in people's lives. Lift people's spirits for a mo. Look after each other. Get in touch. Look at the website. All of the above. Thank goodness I told you the way. Half a dozen times I've built my part. Get your pen, get a paper, and I've come off that. I didn't even give them the website. I know. www. I will do it twice. And I was going to just say it once. I shall do it twice. www.speakout.uk, and in the search bar, Valerie McLennan. Thanking you. Look after each other. Take care for now. Bye-bye.